Hello and welcome back to the John and Adrian podcast. So John, a couple episodes weeks ago, you predicted who's going to go to the World Series, and you predicted that right. It's going to be the Tampa Bay Rays versus the LA Dodgers. And what's really cool about that is the Rays almost blew a 3-0 lead against Houston. Right, so that game, their series went to 7, and they won Game 7. And then the Dodgers were playing a team called the Atlanta Braves, and the Braves had a 3-1 lead over the Dodgers in the series. And Atlanta, as we all know, is not a very good sports city when it comes to holding leads. So they blew it, and the Dodgers came back and won the series in Game 7. So it's going to be the Rays versus the Dodgers, and this is the third time in 4 years that the Dodgers are going to the World Series. Hopefully they win this time. Depression if
I picked it, but I doubt it.
Well, no, the Rays almost blew a 3-0 lead in their series, and the Dodgers came
to win it. Yeah,
the Dodgers had to come back from a 3-1 deficit, so
they had to come back. That's not a good look.
Yeah, but it's not a good look for either team. So it's gonna be interesting. I don't know. So this that was perfect. The only thing that went good for me this week.
The Rays are gonna go up 3-0. Dodgers are gonna come back and tie it, and then Game 7 we don't know.
Who knows? Who knows? Game 7? Who knows? But yeah, this was about the Dodgers winning was about the only good thing that happened to me this week. Good thing that happened to me this week. Other than that, it felt like, well, my fantasy team decided to take a bye week. Every single pick'em that I made this past week seemed to have been wrong. So yeah, it's great.
I don't know. Were they? Me and you, I think we disagreed on like 3 picks. Or maybe 2. I don't remember.
Still doesn't take away from the pain that my fantasy team endured. It was rough.
It did.
It was real rough.
All right. So let's give some context. Okay. For the past, since we started, we've just been hitting on Jordan's terrible fantasy team. And Adrian over here is crying because he lost. And you'll never believe who he lost to. He lost to Jordan. Jordan got his first win today against Adrian Barros' fantasy football team. So sad.
Very rough. Well, here's the thing. Every single player on my roster underperformed. Like, there's not a single player, except for my defensive players, they overperformed, right? But realistically, that doesn't make much of a difference. But
I don't know what you're talking about, man. You've got your running backs had a combined 28 points. That's pretty good.
Combined.
Considering who you had in there. James Robinson, Aaron Jones. You did get that pick'em wrong. You said the Packers were going to beat the Bucks, and I told you the sword beats the box. Okay, the sword.
We'll talk about that.
The Bucks.
But Jordan realistically only won off of one player, which is the Vikings receiver Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. You asked me if you should start Claypool or Jefferson. I was like, why would you start Claypool? Start Justin Jefferson.
Which Claypool still did good.
He still did good. We didn't. If he'd started him, he wouldn't have won.
Dan, you're stupid, John. Why wouldn't you? Why would you tell him otherwise? But you actually.
Start Deshaun Watson, bro? You would have won if you started Deshaun Watson.
Then why would I just start Deshaun Watson? Okay,
because he scored more points.
Right. Like that's I picked up. That says another sad thing is I think I also would have won if I would have started Philip Lindsay, which I picked up Philip Lindsay like Saturday night as like we'll see. I just want him on my roster because I need running backs, and yeah, that's about it.
No, you wouldn't have won if you started him. You would have lost by 2 points.
Okay. Well, I still would. I would have won if I would have put Devontae Parker and Philip Lindsay in. Like, who is it? Mike Evans, completely. It just like ruined me, broke my spirits. He caught one ball for 10 yards, and like I knew Mike Evans either drops like 20 or 10, or like, you know, he does really good or really bad. But this past week, like, he's been on this rhythm of bad, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good. And last game was technically his bad game, right? So I was like, it can't get any worse, right? It got worse, which
because he didn't have a touchdown this game. He had
Right.
a touchdown
Right,
game.
which I knew him having a touchdown is unsustainable. Like, nobody can.
Looking at fantasy, he doesn't do bad, but it's just the games that, like, it doesn't look bad. It goes 7, 23, 14, 25, 15. But the 14 game is 2 catches for 2 yards and
2
2
touchdowns.
touchdowns.
Like,
So,
it's unsustainable.
It's good, but that's not.
That's very unsustainable production, and of course it had to break this one game, and it's very bad. But you, on the other hand, saved our league from the dominance of Isaiah and have brought him back down to reality, to where now anyone has the ability to get first place.
So this is interesting. No, this isn't what happened. Okay, I beat Isaiah by 1 point. It's 165.22. He had 164.28. Okay, the standings are right now 5-0, 4-1. You're 3-2.
Which I'll be 3-3.
Demetrius is 2-3. Ivan's 2-3. Ruben's 1-4. Jordan is 0-5. Okay, that's the standing.
Okay, but
at the end of this week,
I'll drop to 4.
I'll be number 1 at 5-1. Isaiah will be 5-1.
Isaiah will still be first.
No, he won't. I scored more points.
You by 1, John. Isaiah has 20 points on you.
Oh, no, he has 30 points on me. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
He'll still be first. It's just he has a loss now.
No. So here's the thing, though. Okay, I could just change the settings to be points against, and then I jump over him.
You could do that, but
the thing is, we'll both be 5-1. The
right.
next best team is 3-3. So both of us now have a 2-game lead ahead of the next best team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not closer for anyone besides me and Isaiah. I have a better shot now, but you lost and Giselle lost. So the 2 teams that were closest are now both going to be 3-3.
Which I play Isaiah in 2 weeks, and I will bring it closer down to reality. And you're also like, you just have, I guess, I don't know, bad week for me. It couldn't have gotten much worse, but yeah, I don't know. But it's literally a 3-3 league, and Jordan is still going to be bottom of the barrel. Ruben got a win, so at worst I'll be 4. I'm gonna be 4, and Demetrius is going to jump to 3. And honestly, everyone makes the playoffs, so I don't know.
Me and Isaiah are fighting to play Jordan, which apparently you don't want to do. You don't want the 1 seed, apparently, because that will hurt you. You want the 2 seed. You want to play Ruben.
I would much rather play Ruben. I don't know. I guess my team doesn't want to win when it comes to playing Jordan. It hurts. It really hurts deep down inside. Okay, let's get to the games. So, did we talk about Texans Titans? No, that was a Sunday game. There wasn't a Thursday game this week. Okay. Texans Titans, another showcase of why the overtime rules, in my opinion, should be changed, because this game went to overtime and the Texans got the ball and scored. So, or not the Texans, the Titans. So Texans never got the ball in overtime, so they never had the chance to win.
You gotta play defense.
Right.
Okay,
you gotta play defense. But I enjoy
the other team.
Right. But I think
fantasy. This is actual football.
No,
Don't
but
let the other team score.
John, college overtime, in my opinion, is so much better, though. Like, you put them at the 30 and you let them go. Both team gets the ball at the 30. If the first team scores and the second team comes out, and you just keep going back and forth until one team doesn't score and the other team does score.
So you want no kickoffs. You want kick returners to become obsolete.
Honestly, I don't care about
overtime.
Yes. When is that decided again?
Every significant Devin Hester play.
He had his prime. All right. There won't be a Devin Hester ever again.
Not with your rules, there won't be.
Exactly. All right. Exactly. I don't want that.
The rules, I like the rules the way they are, because they force teams to just, because if you play like that, then there's basically the Chiefs win every single game ever. Because if you go into overtime, they're just gonna outscore you. Okay.
Right.
The fact that they have a bad defense is what makes them a very beatable team. So if you ignore
Yeah.
the defense entirely and just say, who cares
Well,
what
no,
you do?
you're still playing their defense when you get the ball at the 30.
No, but their defense, all their defense becomes obsolete. They don't have to do anything. They just have to hope that one of the offenses messes up. It's no longer about playing good defense. It's just don't play bad offense, and that's a big difference.
I mean, there's a lot of room to error. Like, you still kick a field goal if you don't get it. I don't know. I just like the college overtime a lot more. You get stupid scores way easier. You get 75 to 74 victories, and I think that's just really cool. I don't know.
No,
Raven,
you gotta stop the other team, and then you gotta score.
You can stop the other team in college overtime. You can
No,
totally do
okay,
it.
you can, but it's not the same. Okay, it's starting from the 30 versus starting from the 10 and being able to hold the other team to a 3-and-out is a big difference than giving them the 30 and then they have only 50 or 70 yards where they need to get. You're making it so much easier for the offense.
John. I think you miss they're basically in the red zone. That's what I've been saying this whole time. Right?
They're on their 30, right? Or the other team's 30.
Opponent's 30.
No, that's stupid. You're making the defense irrelevant. That's Madden.
That's what college overtime is.
I don't care about college. I don't care what 19-year-old boys are doing. I want to see what men play.
Okay, John. Okay. The Ravens, Eagles. Eagles almost came back in this game. Other than that, there's not much to say. Eagles bad team because half their team is dead. Like, it's very bad, I think.
22 points in the fourth quarter, though. I mean...
Yes, they did almost come back. It's just they ran like a botched 2-point conversion, and the Ravens got very lucky and stopped it. So yeah.
All right. Next, we have a very big surprise.
This game pissed me off.
In the third quarter, I saw the Vikings score. I'm like, all right, they're about to choke. It's comeback season.
No. All right, this is what happened in the third quarter, or like early fourth quarter. Or the Falcons sat all their starters. Or they didn't sit Matt Ryan, but they sat out Julio Jones. They pulled Calvin Ridley out of the game. I was so angry because I was like, why?
Because they don't want to get hurt.
This is so
annoying.
You're
up 30-7.
This is so annoying because Calvin Ridley can still go out there and catch more balls or something. This was one of the reasons I lost. Underperforming and them just pulling Calvin Ridley out of this game.
Points, bro. Don't even talk about underperforming.
Calvin Ridley's the only one on my team that didn't underperform. It's just he could have done more if they didn't pull him out of the game.
I mean, Julio got pulled out, still got 33 points, bro. I don't see what you're complaining about.
All right, whatever. Yeah, Julio got 2 touchdowns. He finally caught a touchdown for once.
This game is perfect. 10-10-10-10. Doesn't get better than that. All the Vikings had to do was 11-11-11-11. Not even that. 10-10-10-11, and they would have won.
They would have won if they would have done that, but they don't. They don't know how football works. They don't know how to score one more point than the other team. Yeah, no, the Vikings. Do you think the Vikings head coach gets fired, or?
No, I think Kirk Cousins gets fired.
Yes, I mean that could also happen if the Vikings head coach also gets fired.
No, I think Kirk Cousins gets fired.
100%. Yes,
the head coach.
Ooh,
I think
Trevor. They pick up a Trevor Lawrence or someone. Yeah, I don't think they're in contention for Trevor Lawrence. I think they're in contention for Justin Fields, and
because I don't think either New York teams are going to draft a quarterback.
And
I think they're going to have the top 2 picks.
I think the Jets are more likely, which, the Jets, I think will, because they're just a bad organization and don't know how to develop a young quarterback. So they're going to go, well,
No,
this
that's fine.
quarterback's
No, they're not gonna
broken.
draft Trevor Lawrence then, okay? They're gonna be like, hey, this tight end looks pretty cool. And they're gonna use their first round pick on him again.
Yeah, I don't know. But I see the Jets like trading Sam Darnold, and another team, say the Patriots, get Sam Darnold, right? And they go,
Why they don't?
huh?
You don't think Cam Newton's gonna stay there?
I just threw the Patriots because they can develop like players. A team that can develop a quarterback, or any player for that matter, will make Sam Darnold good. It's just
He'll
the
probably go to
Jets.
the Colts.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good
If he
landing
leaves,
spot.
I think that would be the best fit for him.
Yeah, just any organization that can develop any player, and Sam Darnold is going to be. He's probably missed his window to be like an all-time great, but he'll be a good starter, right?
Mhm.
And that's just because
End
the
up like
Jets.
Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, because the Jets just screwed him over so badly that his like window of development has just shrunk. Browns Steelers. We both picked. Wait, have we gotten any
both
picks
picked the
wrong?
Steelers. We got
We got the Vikings, but we both got
That was
Vikings
it.
wrong.
Yeah.
Steelers. Yeah, we both picked the Steelers. I think I dabbled with picking the Browns for this one, but like I said,
You did, and then we decided that. Remember,
would-
you said you were gonna pick the Browns later in the season, and
right.
I'm like, why? If they don't win now, they aren't clutch enough to win later. You gotta pick them now, and you didn't. You still stuck with the Steelers.
Right, because like I said, they're probably going to win later in the season, depending on their
The
situation.
Steelers are gonna rest all their starters.
Right, like I said, depending on their situation, they'll probably win that later game. So, of course, the Steelers are going to steamroll the Browns. Like, you know how bad the Browns were in this game? Baker Mayfield got benched in the fourth for Case Keenum. I don't know if he got
I don't
benched
think he got
necessarily.
benched. I think it's the fourth quarter. The coach is like, "You're not gonna get hurt."
Yeah. Which is the running theme for this week. I don't understand. I get it. The league has been like dropping, like players in the league have been dropping like flies left and right, but it's like it's kind of annoying. I'm not.
If the game isn't winnable, why would you keep them in?
That is true. Okay, but
Next is Bengals Colts, which this game was really good for me because I have Jesse Bates on my fantasy team, and he popped off in this game. Got me 9 fantasy points in the safety position, which is very good. But the Colts won, so it didn't matter.
So you know what I said, John? I was gonna pick the Bengals.
You did say that, but you didn't.
But
you picked the Colts.
I did pick the Colts, but we saw it. The Bengals could have won this game if they just didn't look at Atlanta, because they held a 21-0 like lead, like in the. So they were up 21-0 or something. They were up 24 something.
They
were
up 24. 24
right.
is it?
And then the Colts just came back before halftime and dropped 21 points on them, and that was the game. Like the Bengals were just done from that point, and the Colts ultimately won, which sad, but it shows that the Bengals are a team. Maybe, I don't know, competitive. Probably. Who knows?
That team, they're the Niners. Back when the Niners went 2-14, they're like, if every game only was one quarter, we'd be undefeated right now, bro.
Undefeated.
Because they led 7-0 against the Chargers. They didn't lead against the Browns. They were down 7-3.
Mm-hmm.
Darn. But they were. I mean, actually, the Philly game would have ended in a tie again.
Which, I mean, can't. Yeah, so Colts, did Philip Rivers play good this game? Darn, I can't check because Google, for some odd reason, isn't doing stats. I don't know. That's dumb. I have to look at like
Don't
ESPN or
get
something.
your stats back when you wear a mask.
Yeah. Lions, Jags. I don't know.
You messed this up so bad. I picked the Jags because
Right.
I was sticking with my pick'ems from
Right.
the season started.
What is
You,
that?
however, have convinced yourself that Matt Patricia is the worst quarterback or coach in the NFL. And I remember you specifically saying when you're looking at this game, what do the Lions have? Nothing. And you look to the Jags, like they have Gardner Minshew. That's all they need.
I, I'm still convinced Matt Patricia isn't a very good coach. That doesn't change the fact that what's his name, Doug, is an even worse coach that should also be fired. But hopefully Gardner Minshew leaves the Jags and finds peace and prosperity somewhere else, and the Jaguars figure out how to run a football organization.
Minshew should go to the Colts.
Everyone should go to the Colts because
they'll be a playoff team if they.
Genuinely, yes, they would be. Like the only thing holding them back
they're going
is
to be a playoff team. They're just not a winning playoff team.
Right. Like the only thing holding them back is Philip Rivers. Like Philip Rivers. He can he can have a full-on NBA team with the amount of kids he has. Like he fielding an NBA team out there right now. Actually, he has 9. So him, his wife. That's an NBA team right there. 11 dudes. Yeah, you got a starting 5. Yeah, still an NBA team. Bears, Panthers. We did a very bad. The Panthers surprisingly lost without Christian McCaffrey.
I know. I'm surprised.
I'm
surprised the Bear beat the band. The Bear hit that one hit.
They did. But here's the thing. It was more like Teddy Bridgewater just giving up, or I don't know what he like at the end of this game, right? So I watched the tail end of this Panthers Bears game, and the Panthers had 2 opportunities to come back in like the last 2 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. So the Panthers were driving down the field and they got stuffed, like, turnover on downs, and then the Bears only on their drive only took off 15 seconds from the game clock. So instead of it was like a minute and 50 seconds, right? Mm-hmm. And so the Panthers got the ball back, and on the first play, Teddy Bridgewater just throws an interception like right into the hands of a Bears defender, and that's game. Like, what are you gonna do? It was game over. I guess the Bears. I don't know.
5-1. I mean, it's hard to argue with 5-1.
It is. It's like they're 5-1. They're good, but like it's at the same time it's like a very hesitant. They're good. I don't know. We'll see. Washington football team versus Giants. This game was a game. It was a football game. John, do you agree with that statement?
This was the National Football League's football game.
Yeah, it was the game of all games. This game basically came down to a 2-point conversion that Riverboat Ron was like, hell yeah, we're doing this. And Kyle Allen
of Cam Newton, he can't just jump over the offensive line anymore.
Well, no, it was like, okay, so Kyle Allen snapped the ball and like went to his left to try to like, obviously when a quarterback goes a direction on a 2-point conversion, it's either to run it in or to like lob it, right? Mm-hmm. And I will give this to the Giants. They played that play perfectly because they had someone on the lob guy and they had like 2 guys bum rushing Kyle Allen. And so like he just kind of got stuck in no man's land, and boom, they lost the game because they decided instead of kicking a field goal and trying to win in overtime, they'll just go for the 2 and win right now. So, I mean,
if this was... this is too bad team. Like, this isn't
right. This isn't going to affect anything. It's going to affect whether or not you get Trevor Lawrence. Like that's what they're playing for.
But I don't. Well, in this division, I mean, if the Redskins win this game, then they are second in their division, aren't they?
First, second or first, yeah. One of the two.
Because they'd have 2 wins. How many wins? Yeah, the Eagles have 2.
No, the Eagles have 1.
No, if the Redskins win this game, they're winning the division.
Right.
So if they kick the extra point and play safe, then they win.
Possibly. Right? Because in overtime, all you need to do is get the coin flip to go your way, and boom, you should win. But
he didn't want to do that. Okay, so
No,
now it's tied with. Actually, it's not tied. Because of the tie,
right.
ironically, the Eagles have a half game lead.
The
Or do the
Giants are now in the
Cowboys?
division. Like they're no
The Cowboys
longer
do have 2 wins. The Cowboys
right.
are number 1 still,
Yeah, but
but I don't think they'll hold that lead.
no.
So we'll get to that later.
No, okay. Now the Giants are in play to win this division, which
They're
a week
tied for
ago,
second for first.
a week ago, like the Giants were a part of the worst team in football, or like one of the worst teams in football, and now they have the possibility to win their division. What a dumpster fire of a division the East is. Like,
jeez,
you just gotta sneeze and they'll hand you the like division. It's like it's so bad.
Predict. So let's say they beat the Eagles. Okay, the Giants beat the Eagles, and they lose. And
They just have to beat the Eagles and then beat the Cowboys later on. They got the division
because they still have to play the Eagles twice, so they'll probably split with them. So that's one more
you're
win.
right.
They
This
play the
division,
Giants,
someone has to have 3 wins just out of the division alone, unless they're all ties. Let's just root for ties, honestly. Like
all ties. No, we can root for splits. All splits.
Oh yeah, because then it doesn't matter.
Because let's say the Giants-Eagles game is a tie. The Eagles are still ahead by half a game because they have 2 ties now.
Mm-hmm.
So we need splits.
We do need splits. We need
the
splits.
Last game of the season could be for the division, Giants-Cowboys. Because both of them are good again.
It's because they're fighting for their 4th win. So the Giants did stuff. It's crazy.
Broncos, Patriots.
This game finally got played after like what, 3 weeks, 2 weeks? Yeah. So
and what did I say? This is the Broncos Super Bowl run right here. It's
right. Drew Lock came back. Which I think the Patriots have only practiced like one real practice in the past like 2-3 weeks once. So I should have totally realized that they weren't gonna win, but
they followed the rules.
They followed the rules for once, right? They followed the rules for once. The one time they decide to follow the rules, like, come on. Yeah, I mean, this game wasn't really that pretty, was it? I don't know. I don't remember.
No, it was an ugly game.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't watch it, but I just checked the updates, and the Broncos were by more than 2 scores, or by 2 scores, I think. And then I texted you. I'm like, I told you. And then I see the Patriots score again. I'm like, oh no, I texted you too early.
No, when you texted me, I was like, how bad are the Patriots losing? So I decided to like watch that game, because this was a what? Yeah, I decided to watch that game instead of whatever game I was watching. So I tuned in just to watch like Cam Newton not convert a 4th down and lose the game, and I was like, all right, cool. Like they won. The Broncos won.
Yeah.
Which good for the Broncos, genuinely.
Let's go.
Jets Dolphins. The only real storyline out of this game is
my fantasy team. That's what it is. I picked up the Dolphins defense and their kicker.
No, the only good thing was Tua went in for the last drive of this game, and then every like sports media lost their mind when after the game Tua decided to stay on the field and like just sit there for a minute, right? So it's like, I mean, I don't know, like they were like, wow, Tua soaking in after his first NFL debut, and I'm like, yeah, I would too. Like, that's pretty cool, wouldn't it? Like, wouldn't you want to go back out there just to vibe for a second and be like, wow, this is awesome? So I didn't really see that as anything cool. It's just a man doing his thing. But yeah, Tua.
Talk about cool. T.O. standing in the middle of the star. Okay, soaking that in. That's cool.
Yeah. No. The Jets, very bad football team. Do you think
number 1 pick, bro? After seeing what the Giants did to the Redskins, okay, Jets are gonna
undisputed number 1 pick. Do you think,
like, looking at they might be able? I thought the Dolphins might be the one team they could beat because they played them
Oh, they played him
on
twice,
November
huh?
29th, right? So that's the one team they have a chance to beat right now, in my opinion. And I don't know if they do it after how badly they lost this
Do
game.
you think? Well, maybe by that point, because Tua did play a drive, so I think maybe they want him
I
to
don't
play.
think
No,
I
you know
think
what?
it was a
Never mind, because it
blowout,
was the
and they're
Jets. You're
like
right.
they
It was the
want him
Jets.
to play.
It was the Jets. So maybe this
And it
is like
wasn't on the New York field, so they weren't worried about Tua
right.
getting hurt.
So, but okay. Do you think Trevor Lance pulls an Eli Manning and refuses to go to the Jets?
No, not if they fire Adam Gase.
That's what I was thinking. Right. Like, genuinely, if they fire Adam Gase, I'm not going to say all their problems are going to go away, but a good portion of their problems are going to go away, right? Adam Gase is just not a good head football coach. He is
Bro,
not.
just look at his home team record with the Dolphins, bro. I swear he's good.
And also just only look at when he had Peyton Manning under center as quarterback, okay? If he has a quarterback named Peyton Manning, which unless he has a Manning under center, which if we just wait 4 years or no, how old is Archie? Archie's
a six, doesn't it? Because he's a junior.
No, he's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore.
So
he's 3 more years, and he's got to play at least 3 years of
so
college.
6. If we just wait 6 more years, there will be another Manning in the NFL. Which we're also assuming that everything goes good for Archie and he doesn't like break his neck, right?
That does run in the Manning family.
Yeah, it kind of does. So in 6 years, Adam Gase is going to be a great head coach because then he'll be able to draft with his first overall pick, Archie Manning. Okay, right? Easy. You just gotta tank 6 more years, guys. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Just draft a baller team.
That's the process, bro.
Yeah.
See, they should have given him that that 10-year, $100 million contract Gruden got, and then he'd be good the last 4 years. And they realized they need to keep him.
Right. Big brain. Yeah, no, but the Jets are 100% gonna fire him. Is it after this week? I should have been last week.
This is the one team where I'm like, I know I said you shouldn't fire in the middle of the season, but it's like this team doesn't matter anyways. Like even with him, with or without him, I don't see them winning a game. Unless it's this Dolphins game.
You know what, John? We're forgetting the factor that every interim coach has won their first game as interim coach. Okay, the Falcons won. The Falcons are undefeated.
They shouldn't fire him for the next 4 weeks at least because they play the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Patriots. And I don't think an interim coach is going to be any of those teams.
You just don't believe in their offensive line coach. Okay,
the Chargers or the Dolphins. Okay, those are the wait 3 weeks, and then you'll win your game. You can fire Adam Gase after he loses to the Patriots, and then be like, "Yay, let's go beat the Chargers."
Okay, so Packers. Bucks, John, you were right about this one.
I got this one right.
But hear me out. If football games were only one quarter, it'd be the Packers. All right.
But if they were 2 quarters, it'd still be the Bucks.
I'm only looking at 1 quarter here. Okay. Okay. You know what? I do know what happened. Aaron Rodgers threw a pick 6, and after that was just defeated or something. I don't know. The Packers imploded after that. But
I had Devontae Adams in this game, so I wasn't too upset. He got me 12 points. That was less than projected, but I mean 6 catches, 61 yards, pretty good.
But he would have had more.
He would have, but then I would have lost my pick'em, so I ain't upset. I won fantasy and pick'em. Got the best of both.
No, okay. So he would have had more if okay, so the pick 6 was to Devontae Adams, right? The ball was going to Devontae Adams, and it got picked and ran into the house. Pick 6, right? And then Aaron Rodgers' next interception was thrown while throwing to Devontae Adams. So if fantasy accounted for how many times you got an interception for your quarterback, Devontae Adams would have not had a very good week.
Well, this game also helped me in fantasy because I have Levante David as my linebacker. So my defensive players really bought out this week. He had 6 tackles, 2 assists, and 1.5 sacks. Jesse Bates had the 5 tackles,
Which, yeah.
an interception, and then a pass defense. So I got 18 points off 2 defensive players, which is really, really good. They're both 6th best at their position going in, and I think they both went up quite a bit after this game.
Yeah, which honestly, after the second Aaron Rodgers like interception, I stopped watching and decided to do homework. I was like, man, I got homework and I'm gonna do that instead. This is some BS. And then I only stopped to watch the Rams game, which was not very nice. I will say, what's his name?
So I'm upset, okay, because you tricked me. I would have picked the 49ers to win this game, but I thought CJ Beathard was going to start, and I'd lost all hope in our season. But Jimmy Garoppolo started, and I 100% would have picked the 49ers if Jimmy Garoppolo was playing, which he was. So I would like to make an argument that my pick should be amended because I shut him down.
No, okay. What I say is Kyle Shanahan beat the Rams. It wasn't like he had like his first drive, like the first drive is normally very scripted, right? That was he had a very beautiful play script and like had the defense on their heels. Like the Rams could not stop the 49ers in like the first half. They kind of stopped them towards the end of the second half, but yeah, they just couldn't, right? And then come halftime, the Rams defense looked at the plays, right? And they completely shut down the 49ers in the second half. But the offense just never got it going, and the Rams offense never understood what the 49ers defense was doing and just was not playing good whatsoever, and showed, what happens? It leads to a 49er win. So tough loss. Very sad. Oh well. What are you gonna do? You know what I did do? Starting the third quarter, I watched the Dodgers beat the Atlanta Braves. So that's what I did. Very happy and sad at the same time. Depression. I don't know.
I'm looking at I guess Aaron Donald disrespected Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, and Deebo was like, I'm 3-0 versus the Rams. Yeah. Which he ain't wrong. Right. No, but to be fair, what this did show me is like because like the defensive coordinator that the Rams have is brand new, right? So it showed me that he can adjust the defense at halftime, which is.
But we know how coaches who wait till halftime to make changes work
right.
out, okay.
Right, but like at least he has at least he's not like stubborn to be like, no, my defense the entire game, and just gets lit up, right? Like,
yeah, but if you're playing a team like the Niners, when they're good, like they were this game, then you wait too long. I don't like that we scored 3 points in the second half. That's very bad. Okay.
Right. It was because the defense figured because the 49ers weren't running.
So they changed the way they played the second half, right? Like Jimmy Garoppolo threw 215 the first half. I think all of his yards after that were him just throwing it forward to Deebo Samuel as he caught it behind the line of scrimmage, and then Deebo did.
That's what a bunch of the first half plays were. They were like these like screen running like pitches type of plays. They weren't traditional like I don't know what's like a traditional air raid type offense, right? Or air raid's not traditional.
We weren't.
But like a regular NFL offense of like, run the ball and then throw it to like the slants, or like they were doing like these like motion plays, like movement, which I actually like a lot more. That's what I like motion at the line of scrimmage before a play starts. And like the 49ers executed that perfectly against the Rams, and the Rams have actually started doing that a lot more with like moving like Robert Woods or Ingram or someone at the line of scrimmage, which I like that new line of like NFL offensive play calling, because it does mess up the defense a lot. Like it really does. So yeah, Chiefs Bills.
Chiefs Bills. The Bills lost both the games. We didn't see that. We actually, I think we should have seen it coming, but it was too late. Okay?
Yeah, no, okay. I think what was it, 2 weeks ago, right? Before both the games happened, or after this? Yeah, before.
We said the Titans would beat the. We said the Titans were going to lose to the Bills.
Right.
Like the Bills.
No, but we thought they could lose both. We were like, they could.
We didn't think they would.
Right. We thought it, but we never committed to it. We were like, no, we can't. And then I think we had another show after that, right? Because we thought it was going to be a Thursday game, and then it got pushed back to Sunday. And then we're like, should we change it? And we're like, no, that'd be cheating.
We made those picks last week. Let's just leave it.
Right. Like, we're like, we can't. But you're right. They're probably going to lose, but oh well, we're already committed to this. We can't just change it. Gosh darn our commitment, John. Why can't we just like?
And you can't ever say we have commitment issues. All our viewers out there, we go 100, but
go 100. We commit. Yeah, no, the Chiefs or the Bills loss. There's not much to say, other than
Again, Stephon Diggs helped me out in fantasy.
You know what? Yeah, you know what I can say is what happened to like 2 minutes and you get the ball back and you just go for it. Like you start throwing the ball, try to get more points. Hey, get more points.
You're getting hurt all the time is what happened. Okay, we don't want any of that nonsense here of going for it.
Okay? I'm just saying. Patrick
Mahomes. I won by 1 point in fantasy, and it's because Kyler Murray didn't take any more knees, or didn't take a knee, right? If he had, I could have lost. I don't know how. If he lost me 10 yards, he would have lost the game.
Right, but here's the thing. No, so he's talking about the Arizona Cardinals versus Cowboys game.
But the person I played had Ezekiel Elliott, so if they just handed the ball off to him and he got in a first down, he would have won the game.
Right, but okay, in the last in the 2 minute warning time period, it was like 3 minutes left in the game and the Cardinals had the ball, right? And like they were trying to run the clock to the 2 minute warning, and then Kenyon Drake just ran it to the house on like a 60-yard run, and then gave the ball back to the Cowboys with, I think, just before the 2 minute warning, I think, or just after it. And instead of the Cowboys running out there to I don't know, make it a 17-38 game, they just decided to put in their backup quarterback, their backup running back, their entire second string, and just let them do 2 plays and then kneel the ball. So
yeah,
John got very lucky.
I was scared because I noticed, I'm like, I have Kyler Murray, he has Ezekiel Elliott, I'm probably gonna win, but I didn't realize on his defense he has Budda Baker and Jordan Hicks. And both of them had really, really good games too. And I was very worried I was going to lose because I'm like, no, Budda Baker, don't get any more points. Please, no more interceptions, no more tackles. Stop scoring points. If he'd gotten one more tackle, he would have won the game. Same with Jordan Hicks. It was very close. And I was, even when the Cowboys were on, the Cowboys being on offense means that Cardinals were on defense, so that entire scenario for me is just bad. But at the same time, at the end of the game, if I see the Cardinals are on offense, I'm like, no, they're taking a knee.
Yeah, you're gonna have a very hard time either way because your 1 point isn't secure whatsoever. But
thankfully,
you got lucky. Which for me,
you're mad because you got unlucky. I think you just are bad coach. Okay, let's look at the coaching breakdown. You, me, and Jordan are the bottom 3. And
are they
from best to worst?
Yeah. Well, I had I can see why this was a very rough week. I made very bad decisions. No, I mean, I was kind of hoping. There was a point where I was leading Jordan, and I just needed CD Lamb to just flop over and die, because if he caught one more ball he would have beaten me, which happened, right? It was at halftime that I was winning by a point, and it's of course he's gonna catch one more ball. It is what it is. But yeah, very bad.
All right. That's. Oh, we need to make a prediction for the Giants Eagles game. Who's gonna win
Oh.
the division?
uh, this is okay. Okay, who's? Oh, Zach
Who
Ertz
wins,
is
an eagle or a giant eagle?
giant. Okay, well, this is interesting because I believe Zach Ertz got hurt.
He's out for 3 to 4 weeks.
Is he? Okay,
And so is Miles Sanders.
so the Eagles, who were a bad team and very hurt, are now more hurt, right? And
But
the Giants
only win is against the Redskins. Now, you hear me out though. The Giants only win is against the Redskins. The Redskins only win is against the Eagles.
right.
So, by process of
The Giants win.
deductive reasoning, the Giants have to win, right?
Right.
Or this is a division game, okay? So that means the Eagles beat the Giants, making the Giants better than the Redskins, but the Redskins are better than the Eagles, but the Eagles are better than the Giants, which
Brain
is a
hurt.
love triangle. It's
Wait.
very common.
Oh no, they're still undefeated teams. Never mind. I was gonna say, has the Circle of Life been completed yet? But they're still undefeated teams. So, you know what I'm talking about. Like, there's like this.
Seahawks are still undefeated, right?
Yeah, they're still undefeated teams. Like, I think what the Titans, Seahawks.
Okay, but the Titans have like been
They're undefeated.
cheating, okay, they didn't play.
They're undefeated, John. Okay, they're undefeated. It doesn't matter. What's the other team that's undefeated?
The Steelers,
Oh
because
yeah.
they've had that easy schedule.
Yeah. The easiest of schedules. Oh my god.
The Browns are the best team they've played.
Oh,
The Browns
ooh,
have the exact same
ooh.
problem the Steelers do, where they've only beaten teams that
Are very bad.
terrible.
Didn't they get blown out by the Cowboys though? Or who did
No,
they?
they beat the Cowboys.
Oh, they blew out the Cowboys. Who they
Yeah.
get? The
We didn't blow 'em
Ravens.
out.
They got blown out by the
It was a
Ravens. That's
shootout.
Gee,
We
it
got
was
blown
the
out by
exact same
Ravens back in
score.
21. Almost.
the Browns scored one more point against the Steelers.
Look
Then
at that.
no, that just means the Steelers are slightly worse than the Ravens because they let them score one more point than the Ravens did. Okay, so I know who I'm picking when
Hey, the Steelers Titans game is finally gonna happen next
it
week.
is because
This week.
it had that whole shuffle, which.
Mhm.
Yes, I think the Steelers lose that game. So then the Titans are the only undefeated team left. And then they play the Bengals. Okay, they're going to be undefeated for a while.
Seahawks are still undefeated.
Jesus Christ. The Titans are going to be undefeated for a while, John. It is not.
The Seahawks.
Yes.
All the way.
No, wait,
All
hold
right,
up.
we're gonna
When
let the way the Titans stay undefeated. For that. They're gonna lose to the Bears, bruh. Easy.
Seahawks beat the yeah. Bales. Oh Jesus. Yeah, the Seahawks could be undefeated the whole year.
No. They're gonna split with everyone in their division. I think they lose to the Cardinals this week.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe. If they just
They'll
look at
probably lose to the Bills too. In my opinion.
I don't know. It depends because
We'll
we
get
had
there when we get there.
right. Sadly, MVP.
Stop. You're giving spoilers for the next episodes.
No, stop. But I'm sadly MVP Josh Allen is no more. No more MVP for Josh Allen. He lost it.
We don't know. Okay, we'll wait. We'll give him till the halfway mark. Okay, 2 more games. He's got 2 more games to try and make a comeback for him. He's getting lucky that Russell Wilson had his bye already. Okay, so he can't mess up that week. He didn't get hurt. That's all he needed to do.
Right.
So,
he was out with his family doing pumpkins and stuff. I don't know. He was playing baseball with his son when he could have been throwing a football. He's not dedicated to the sport, John. And that's why Russell Wilson is not an MVP candidate. Yes, because during a bye week, you know what Tom Brady's doing? He's throwing footballs, not baseballs. And that's why he has 6 rings. Yes, exactly.
You didn't pick a Giants-Eagles winner.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Giants? Maybe? Tie? Well, hold up, John, you're forgetting. Tie.
Okay, do you want to pick a tie? Because I told you I wanted to pick a tie. And then the tie happened, and you didn't let me take credit. Okay? So I'm telling you, if you want there to be a tie, you have to actually predict tie right now. I would only be down by 1 point if you let me take credit for that tie, and you won't do it, okay? So now you will have to say you want a tie to happen right now. Tell me that's your pick, a tie.
No, Giants win. Giants.
Coward.
Maybe Eagles win. John, okay, you're forgetting that possibility. No, that's not a possibility. That's a very bad possibility. How is the division so bad? Okay, did you want to talk about... I kind of want to talk about the Cardinals-Cowboys game. So their season, the Cowboys are done, right? Like, Andy Dalton is not Dak Prescott.
I need to look at Andy Dalton. How bad was it?
If I had the stats in front of me, maybe I could articulate this a little bit better.
Even if I go, like, it just the last stats it shows the week 3.
I don't know what happened after week 3, genuinely.
So I'm looking at the 2020 season stats, and it says he has 0 passes for 0 yards and 39.6 QBR, right? So it's not like he did nothing. He's done something to get 39.6 QBR. I don't know, though. Let's see. He has 111 yards and a 28.8 QBR this season. He had 266 yards and a touchdown against the Cardinals.
Yeah. So he threw 2 interceptions. That's where he faltered. So yeah, Ezekiel Elliott not doing great. Andy Dalton not a great substitute for Dak, which I at the beginning of the season I wouldn't have thought of Dallas as in like in the position to draft a Trevor Lawrence, right? Because because they had Dak, right? And I thought they'd re-sign Dak, but genuinely now I don't think they're going to. I don't know. That's where I lean. I don't think Dak is going to go back to the Cowboys.
He's going to go to the Colts.
Yeah, he's going to go to the Colts. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Colts are going to go from having Phillip Rivers and Jacoby Brissett on their roster,
which Joey could...
Dak Prescott, Sam Darnold, and Brock Purdy all on that team, and Gardner Minshew. They're going to have the best depth chart in the NFL.
Nah, you're forgetting the Ravens depth chart. Trace McSorley.
I pick Brock Purdy over Tracy McSorley any day.
Yes, sir. Okay. Oh, you know what? Maybe ESPN just paid Google off to stop showing stats. I bet they've had a major uptick in users since Google. Actually, no. Do you think people are actually nerdy enough to go looking for the stats if it's not readily available?
I think if people want the stats, they just type in like Jimmy Garoppolo stats and then click the first thing that pops up, and that's typically ESPN.
Right. Yeah. It's rough.
Anything else for this episode?
None that I can think of. I don't know. Was there anything else in sports? This was a cool little factoid. Since like all 4 major sports have come back, Florida has sent so there's NHL, MLB, and NBA are all having their like championships, right? And Florida has sent a team to that championship game for all 3 major sports. So the Tampa Bay Lightning won the NHL, and then the Heat went to the finals, and now the Rays are going to the World Series.
Which means that in the NFL, we're going to have the Buccaneers playing either the Jaguars or the Miami Dolphins.
Right. One of those 3 teams are going to the Super Bowl. And I'm picking the Dolphins, honestly. I think the Dolphins...
both Bucks Dolphins Super Bowl. I'm locking my pick right now.
Locking it in. Lock it. Whatever. Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah. Bucks Dolphins. Let's go. Or
Now, how has Florida won? Or I guess we don't know for,
the World Series. No.
but did they win NHL?
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah. The
question.
Lightning
Okay.
won the cup. Yeah.
Okay. So they're 1-for-1, or
Yeah.
1-1,
Yeah.
not 1-for-1. So we'll find out if the MLB wins.
In 7 days.
In 7 days is the first game, or would that be the end of the series?
That'd be the end day. They start tomorrow, or technically
They play every
today.
day?
I believe so. They played every day in the
I know,
I
but
know.
normally for like finals or
Oh no,
championships, they play every other day.
they play Tuesday, Wednesday, skip Thursday, go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then skip Monday, and then go Tuesday, Wednesday.
What a weird schedule.
That is actually very weird. What the, why 2-3-2? They're not traveling. They're staying in Texas.
Even if they did travel, I mean, it'd be 2-2-2-2 or 2-2-2-1. That's how the traveling schedule goes, isn't it? So this makes no sense. 2-3-2. What are you doing?
What the hell? Yeah, I don't understand. I'd get like every other day, or like 2-2-2. 2-3-2 is weird. Okay, whatever. Baseball's weird. They do weird things. Why judge? All right. Yep, that's sports. That was my only interesting tidbit. You got anything else, John? Or are we just gonna call it good?
No, I ain't got nothing else to add.
Okay. Well, thank you for the. All right. Have a good one, everyone. I don't. Bye.